Okay, I could not find my kind of cheaper calculators. I think I have them all at work. So what I'm going to do is we're going to type this instead of my TI-84, which you do not need to spend money on this. Usually I buy these at garage sales. So if I can find these for like 20 bucks at a garage sale instead of like 120 at Target, I buy them. But I also found $1 cheapy calculator, like a good scientific one at a garage sale, and but I took it to work. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, let me get out of here for a second, and I'm going to go to Desmos, and I'm going to type this one in there just so you guys can see it. All right, so we have parentheses, and actually I'm going to not type in that extra one. So 200, and then double parentheses. So where are my parentheses? 1, 2, and then I had 1 plus, what did I have? 0.06, again, move it, and it's monthly, so 12. And then I had 1 parenthesis. So where's my parenthesis? There it is. Oopsie, I don't want it there. I gotta kind of get my mouse over here. All right, let's see if I go there. Oopsie, Julie. No, I think I'm okay. There we go. All right, and then I have an exponent. So let's see, where's my exponent key? All right, on this is your exponent key. So I'm gonna go there, and it was 480. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my arrow over to kind of get down, and then -1. Okay, and then end of parenthesis. And you can use your shift key too. And then I want a fraction, so I'm going to hit divide. All right, and the nice thing about Desmos, it will give you the big divisor, which is what you want. You don't want to just divide the last thing you did. And then again, I'm going to use a shift this time. And then what is it? 0.06 divided by 12. And I'm just using the keys on my calculator here, or computer. And again, I didn't like where that went. So I had to kind of X out here, and I'm using shift and the 0 key to get my other one. But again, you can use them all on here. All right, just double check and make sure it looks exactly like the formula, like parentheses are where they're supposed to be, and so forth. And again, if you put a double parenthesis one here and here, it should be fine. All right, I'm gonna write, here's my answer actually. So you don't have to hit enter at the end, it just does it for you. So what is that? 398, 298, and I'm gonna round to the nearest penny, so 15. So in my math lab, read the directions. If it says round to the nearest penny, that's what we normally do. If it says round to the nearest dollar, then that's what you're going to do. All right, I'm going to go back to my handout here. All right, so that's my answer using Desmos. Okay, now, how much interest do you earn? Remember, there are no interest formulas on your sheet other than simple interest. If it's a house, if it's a loan, compound interest, you have to do kind of the ones I gave you in the video. So how do you know how much interest you earned? All right, so first of all, you have to figure out your contributions, because some of this is money that you put in and the others is from the stock market or how it grew. Okay, so your contributions is whatever your payment was, and you made it monthly, so times 12 months, and times how many years did you do this for? You did it for 40 years. Okay, and your payment was what? $200 payment? So you have to total up everything you did. Let me get in there a little bit. Okay, so you did a $200 payment every single month, because it's monthly, for 40 years. All right, so on my calculator, I'll just do this one. Clear my calculator. So you did what? $200 times every month you'd put that money away, and you did that for 40 years. All right, so you put in $96,000, okay, which again, that's a commitment. That's a lot of money. But notice it's not that much money because the stock market helped you. All right, so how do you figure out your interest? So your interest, and again, this aren't a compound thing like houses, cars, saving for retirement. There is no formula other than the ones we make up. So your interest equals to the total amount from here, which we call the future value, minus whatever you paid, your contributions, and whatever's left is your interest. Okay, so the future value is that. So that 398,298.15 minus your contributions. And so when I subtract, so I took the future value with interest minus I did the previous answer, the 96,000 you put in. Everything else is interest. Okay. So I took the money up here, so that value up there, so that minus that, and that gives you how much interest you earn. And this is good interest, right? That's a positive thing. All right, let's look at the next one. Okay, see how the word continuously compounding is in it? that is a dead giveaway. There is only one formula that says continuously compounding. That's it. So it has to be this guy right here. So I know that A equals P e to the RT, okay? P is your principal, what you're borrowing or saving. And again, notice this is a lump sum. It is a chunk of money. It will never be a payment on that. It's a chunk of money, lump sum. And again, it says continuously compounding. Has to be that guy. So principal is what you're borrowing or saving. So right there. Compound is continuously. E is kind of like pi. It occurs in nature a lot. Okay, interest rate times time. Now again, interest rate, you always move the decimal 2 jumps. 1, 2. So 0.025 is my interest rate. Time is 8 years. And again, I am going to multiply that myself, 0.025 times 8. And I get 0.2, just to save my calculator screwing up. All right, so there we go. All right, so I'm going to type it on this one. So I go 4,000 times second log, and there's an E there. And then I'm going to raise it to the 0.2. Oopsie, I don't want the negative 0.2. End of parenthesis. All right, and I got 4885.61. If you don't have a calculator with an E key, here, let me go on to Desmos quick, and I'll show you what that looks like. So there's Desmos. Okay, I'm going to clear. All right, so the same problem, I'm going to type in $4,000. And then I need to find the E key, and you're like, where is it? Well, it is a function. So I'm going to go, oopsie, helps if you click on the right thing. Maybe my mouse is jumping. All right, doesn't like that. Let's look here. Where's that? Now let's look. There it is. Okay, so E is right here. Okay, so it's not on your main screen. Okay, here's the alphabet. Don't want that. It's over here at function, and then there's E to the exponent, and it is to the 0.2. So I'm just, again, did that. And notice I get the same answer I had before. Okay, so either way is going to work. All right, and then let's see, the interest, let's see. How much money? Okay, so there's how much money. All right, now that's as if it compounds like every second, every half a second, every millisecond, every, you know what I mean? Like this is just continuously happening. All right, so if we look at the next question, it's the same dollar amount, same interest, but this is, let's see, compounded daily. So not every second, not every half second, just daily. All right, so again, it is a chunk of money. Do you see you're not making payments? It doesn't say, oh, what if you invest $4,000 a day or $4,000 a month or no, no, no. This is just $4,000 period. So it is a chunk of money, not continuously, not comparing interest rates, not simple interest. So it's a 50-50 shot. This is the future value with interest. This is you have a goal in the future and you want to know what you save today to get to that goal. Well, I want to know the money with interest in the future. I know what I'm going to save today. It's $4,000 and it's going to grow into more money later. So I want this top formula. All right, so let's look at this. So I have, what is that? Top formula. All right, and again, this is A, which means this is your future value. That is your money with interest in the future. All right, so I'm investing $4,000, a one-time lump sum, a chunk of money. I'm not going to ever invest that again. 1 plus, and I guess I don't really need that in parentheses. Interest is 0.025. It is compounded what? Daily. There are 365 days in a year. If it says bankers, use 360, but we usually use 365. And then N times T, again, N is what? Daily. 365 is how it's compounded. That's your N. Time is in years, which what is 8. And again, I am going to use my calculator just to save myself. Otherwise, you need more parentheses than what I want to deal with. Times 8. 365 times 8 is what? 2920. All right, so I'm going to put that 2920. Okay, now again, I added these extra parentheses. I didn't need those. Okay, the formula doesn't have them. I don't need them. All right, so I'm going to type in my 4,000. And even a $15 calculator has all these keys. 1 plus 0.025 divided by 365. Exponent key is this guy, raised to the 2920. And I get 4885.58 approximately. Okay, rounding to the nearest penny. Let me show you that on Desmos again. So let me get out of here and let me go into Desmos. Where's my, here we I'm going to clear all. Okay, so I have 4,000. Parentheses, what do I have? 1 plus 0.025 and divided by, and again, you can use the divide, oh, gotta get back to me. You can just use the divide key here or just on your keyboard. 0.05, 365. And again, it does a nice job of, you know, putting it in the right format. And then exponent, so where's my exponent key? Right there, exponent, and it is what? Raised to the 2920. And again, the answer is right there, okay, which is beautiful. All right, and so let me get back here. Okay, and so then it says, what is a numeric difference between the two amounts? Okay, so how far apart are they? Well, it looks like they're what, 3 pennies? 3 cents? And again, 3 cents is either 0.03 of a dollar or we write it 3 with the cent symbol. So, I mean, the reason scientists like the E stuff a lot in science is because it's easier formula. And your error is only 3 cents. So it gives you a close approximation with a little bit easier formula. All right. You're going to borrow, let's see, $150,000 to buy your first house. No down payment and no closing cost. All right. So let's look at this. We're borrowing what? $150,000? All right. And interest rates are creeping up, and I know people are freaking out. When I bought my first house, 10% interest. 10%. My mom and dad were during the Carter administration when we had high inflation. I think they bought some land or something at like 12% interest, something crazy. You know, so even 5-6% interest on a house is really not bad. It's just we've been used to these super low interest rates, like 2 or 3% for a while here. And then of course, housing prices are just going crazy too. So that doesn't help. All right. We are buying a house down here, automatic. Now this house does not have a down payment to worry about, right? Or any of that. So we're just going to go straight into the loan because we're going to borrow the whole 150,000. All right. So I'm going to use that formula right there. Okay. And again, if you want to add an extra set of parentheses on top just to be safe, you can. All right, so we're borrowing all of it. We have no down payment. And interest rate, again, 2 jumps. So 3.75, 1 jump, 2 jump, 0.0375. And I might not tell you the default is monthly. So if on a house or car loan, if nobody tells you, you should know that you make house and car payments monthly, okay? So there's that, and then that's just the top, okay? Now we got to do the bottom. So I have 1 minus another parenthesis, 1 plus 0.037512, end of parenthesis. Now, notice the exponent here is a negative NT. So N times T. So N is monthly. Again, I might not tell you that N is, that it's monthly. That's just people know that. Monthly, and time is 30 years. Again, usually house loans are 15 on the low end, 30 on the high end. And then end of X, or end of the parenthesis there. All right, so I'm going to just type this in. Now again, if you want to kind of do this in one swoop, you could add and group that together, but I tend to do the top and the bottom, and again, do not round. If we do this on Desmos, because of the way it puts a fraction bar in there, it actually... you know, we don't have to worry about it as much. 375, oops, come on, 75 divided by 12. And if you're going to do it in steps, do not round. So I'm writing 468.75, and I'm not rounding anything. And then I'm going to do the bottom. 1 minus parenthesis 1 plus 0.0375 divided by 12. And this, and then if you get an error, it's probably because you're using the minus. So I'm going to use exponent. This is the negative key. This is minus. Use negative. Negative exponent of what? 360. And another parenthesis. So I need a parenthesis there. Enter. And again, do not round that. Okay, you got to write all of that down. So 0.67477754008. Do not round. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the first one, 468.7. My 7 sticks, 7, 5 divided by, and if I hit second answer, the previous number shows up. So I don't have to redo that. So there we go. So my payment, and again, you know, house, car payments,